My name is Frida Karani. I'm a gender equality, diversity and social inclusion catalyst in Embu County, which means that my work is to accelerate the inclusion of gender, the young people and people living with disabilities in governance, development and decision making in Embu County. I want to take this opportunity to commend the response of the President of Kenya on the issues that the Gen Zs raised. For me, what really stood out for me was what he did with his cabinet. Having to send them home and reconsider their appointment, for me, I think was such a huge step. And thank you, Mr. President, for humbling yourself, coming down to our level and listening to us. I want to ask the President to look very carefully at the department or the ministry in which the youth are positioned. If it is the Gen Zs and the young people that are demonstrating, can you relook and look very carefully the person you will put and the person you will put to be in charge of the Ministry of Youth? In fact, for me, I would advocate the Ministry of Youth be separated and it be a standalone, because having 15 million Kenyans being youth and young people, it means that's a very big population and their needs are so diverse. I'm also thinking that the docket of gender is not doing very well, because also we have some of those young people are girls, are ladies, and that means directly they belong to the vulnerable gender that we call the female gender. So I really want to wish the President for the remaining appointments to really consider the person that he puts in those two dockets, so that the young people continue to feel that their needs are being addressed deliberately. I also want to ask the President to really look into the issue of the opportunities that have been promised by the young people. Right from the county level, we know that 30% of procurement opportunities are supposed to be reserved for the young people, but they are not getting those opportunities. And if the Ministry of Youth is a standalone ministry, then it will be able to be specialist and understand well enough the needs of the youth people and advise him accordingly. I also want to ask the President to remember that there is a plan that was there before about the public-private partnership, the PPP, that should be revived, so that as a civil society, civil societies and the civil society movement in Kenya, we are able to play an active role in some of the decisions that you make about young people, about gender and their opportunities, and especially concerning some of the bills that are being made, like the provision of sanitary towels bill is a bill that should heavily borrow from the participation of the civil society movement. So I want to ask the government and the responsible ministry to revive the PPP arrangement, so that the civil society comes in very strongly in everything the government is doing, both business and both community development.